Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk all about more sustainable swaps you can make in your beauty routine. A lot of you will know that over the past year or two I have made quite a few changes in the way I shop and the way I consume products and things like that to try and be more sustainable in my life. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I definitely am not, but I wanted to share with you today some of my favourite things that I've discovered that have helped me reduce waste, reduce plastic use and things like that, and a lot of products that have genuinely been game changing in that sense, but also that are really brilliant in terms of what they do. So I'm going to start off with deodorant. And this video is actually sponsored by Wild. I've worked with them previously, but genuinely I've used this deodorant for about 3 months now and it is fantastic. I've spoken before about deodorant, trying natural deodorant, how it's basically impossible to find a natural deodorant that works. I don't know if any of you guys have tried this, but a lot of them don't work. And what I love about this the most is that it actually works. It's free of a lot of chemicals, aluminium, parabens, things like that you find in deodorant, but it is also really sustainably made as well. So the casing is actually reusable and really beautiful. Like, it's nicely designed. I have the green one, they have a few different colors. It's really easy to replace the inside bit. I'm going to insert a cutaway to do that because I've actually used this one and it'll be quite messy if I try and do it right now and get deodorant all over my hands. It also runs on a subscription model as well, so you can get refills delivered straight to your door, which is super handy, and you can change your subscription based on how much you need a new refill and things like that. And what is also great is that the inner packaging of the actual deodorant itself is fully compostable, and the packaging that it comes in when it gets delivered is fully recyclable. And this actually comes in a few different scents, which I've tried most of them. My personal favorite is the orange one, but I also love the coconut one. And they're like scented, but not heavily scented. So it's not something, you notice it when you put it on, but you don't notice it after that. And that's the perfect level of scent I want from a deodorant. It's not a perfume. I don't want it to be competing with my perfume. And like I said, this is the green one, but they come in a few different colors as well. So a really brilliant deodorant brand if you're looking for a natural deodorant and a more sustainable way to use deodorant. A lot of the time with deodorant, the packaging is so heavy on plastic and you get through it so quickly. It's not ideal, but this has been a really good discovery for me and I absolutely love it. And if you want to try it out yourself, you can actually get 20% off using the code Fleur Wild on the website. So if you head over to their website, which I'll link below, it's a really 100% worth trying, and I've made the switch for good, I hope. So there's nothing better in terms of natural deodorant. It's the best one I've found. Moving on to Face Halo. Now, this is a product that I had heard loads about before and I had never really tried it. I actually got sent one, this white one, about a month ago and used it for the first time and was completely blown away by the fact that it actually works. It's basically a microfiber cloth, but in a large disc shape. It's just the perfect size for taking your makeup off. And essentially what this does, it's like got quite a thick pile of microfiber in there. It essentially takes your makeup off without any cleanser. So this means that you can, if you want to, skip makeup remover and use this. What I personally do is I use it with just hot water on one side, take my makeup off, then I put cleanser on and then use the other side to remove the cleanser and do so my makeup remover first cleanse and then I cleanse again without it afterwards. So I've just found this cuts time off makeup removal, like a huge amount of time off. Well, a huge amount of time. I don't spend that much time taking my makeup off, but it just takes that step out. It takes a step of product out, and it is also just, it works so much better than a reusable cotton pad, and you can use it in place of a reusable cotton pad, so you can use it with product if you want to as well. The one thing I would say is that if you get the white ones, they will stain, and this is a problem that I found with all reusable cotton pads, regardless of what brand or what they look like or what they're made of, is that they do stain. And so therefore I ordered a black pack and you can't see the staining. Obviously you still have to wash them. I personally use these, so I'll use them for the morning cleanse on one side and then wash them with soap in my sink, wait for them to dry, and then I use them for a proper cleanse in the evening to take all my makeup off, and then like put them in my just general wash, and they wash really well as well. Like, these have both been washed and they are still, they're actually better once they've been washed, I think. The only thing I would say is like microfiber is not the most eco-friendly material in terms of washing, but in terms of how many of these you need versus like throwaway cotton pads, and actually how good they are compared to normal reusable cotton pads. For me, these are the answer. They're super brilliant, and they've recently just become very easily available in the UK. It's an Australian brand, and all of a sudden, the last couple of months, like loads of UK sellers have started selling them. So I got mine on Cult Beauty. Love those. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is a razor brand, and you've probably seen a lot of people on Instagram talking about this because they've done a lot of paid collaborations in the past couple of months, but they're genuinely really, really brilliant. So this is Estrid, and I have to say, this isn't the most obvious kind of sustainable swap, because at the end of the day, like if you are using a Gillette Venus razor, you still have the kind of reusable base, stick, arm, razor. It's not the head, it's the body, the razor body. But what I would say with Estrid is that the quality of this is so nice. It's made of like heavy weighted metal. It genuinely is the best shave I've ever had, which is like, I feel like Venus gives you a really, really good close shave. But in terms of like actually functioning well, this razor is brilliant. But they do, again, a subscription model that gets delivered straight to your door, and you can sign up for however many you need, whether it's one a month, one every whatever, many months. And it gets delivered straight to you, and the packaging is fully recyclable. Obviously, these are like in it for the long run. The actual product that they use is like vegan and cruelty-free, if that is something that you're concerned about. So it's just generally like a really good option for a brilliant razor if you want something a lot less plasticky than the standard options, and also like just disposable ones. When the whole thing is disposable is obviously awful, but even the ones where you just change the head out is better than those. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is reusable cotton swabs, and this is something that I have been looking to switch into for ages, but only recently did. I actually brought two brands so that I could compare them for this video for you guys, because the one that is the most kind of well known is one called LastSwab, and that's what these two are. So I've got two, because one of them is the Beauty Swab, which is like a all smooth surface, and the other one is like the general swab, which is a bumpy surface. Basically what these are is they're made from silicone, so they're designed that you don't ever have to use Q-tips or cotton buds again, and you just have one and you clean it in between, which is a great idea. Although having said that, general cotton buds, at least in the UK, I know that most of the brands have switched to, I actually think they might have banned having plastic arms on them, but globally that's something that hasn't happened yet, and still, I think in the States they still do have, some brands have the plastic. So anyway, those are the LastSwab ones, and then these are from a brand that I got on Etsy, which I'll link below, and they worked out being, these are about half the price of these, and you get both of them. So like there's a big price difference. However, having tried them both, I would recommend personally going for the more expensive brand and using the LastSwab one. However, I would only recommend getting the Beauty one, and it depends what you use cotton buds for, because essentially, I don't know about anyone else, but I do put them in my ear, right in my ear, to clean my ear out, and you're not meant to do it, and anyone that's like into ear health or a doctor or whatever will probably tell you they're not supposed to do that, but everybody I know does that, and I think it's a fairly normal thing to do. So you're not supposed to do that. I'm not advocating that you do that, but if you do want to do it, the ones with the bubbles on are not very comfortable and not very effective at doing that. However, the Beauty ones are pretty much the same as using a normal cotton bud, and these are also very good for like tidying up your makeup. What I would say is that you probably want two different ones, unless you don't mind putting potentially previously earwaxy item around your eyes. Each to their own, but I would personally have two of these, one for makeup, one in my bathroom for cleaning up ears and doing whatever you want with your cotton swabs. But that's my experience, is that this one is really good, and genuinely they clean really well. The one thing I would say why this one is better than the Etsy one is just the texture of the silicone. The Etsy one to me feels really smoothly silicone, which isn't as effective at doing what it's supposed to do, like cleaning up little bits of makeup and stuff, whereas this one is very much like the like papery cotton material that you get on standard cotton buds. So this would be my one of choice, I have to say, but I'll link all of them below so you guys can see. And lastly, something that I don't talk about a lot on the internet, period products. And this is something that is still so controversial because since I switched to using a moon cup and period pants, so many of my friends are like, oh my god, you use a moon cup? Oh my god, like, how does it work? Does it leak? Is it good? Should I swap? Like, and honestly, even my friends who are doctors have had this reaction to me, like, really? You use one? I don't know. But genuinely, it's such a good swap to make. So the cup that I use is actually a Saalt cup. Comes in this little bag like this. If you don't know how moon cups work and you're interested in it, maybe go and Google a whole separate video on that because it's kind of long and you want to learn how to use it. But here we go, showing it on the internet. This feels weird to me, but genuinely such a good swap to make. It's awkward in the beginning, it's kind of uncomfortable in the beginning until you get used to it, get used to the hang of like how you put it in, how you take it out, how you care for it, how you wash it, how you keep it clean, all of that kind of stuff. But once you swap, it is revolutionary in terms of waste. The amount of tampons or pads that you go through as a woman in, like, even per month, let alone in your lifetime, and then you times that by the amount of women in the world, is mind-blowing. But also just in terms of like ease, it's really good. Like, you can keep them in for up to 12 hours so you don't have to worry about it all day. Brilliant. The other thing I would say, if you do make the switch to a moon cup, or if you're not ready to make the switch to a moon cup and you want to look at alternate options, period pants are brilliant. Personally, when I was getting used to the moon cup and like what I could do to know that I wasn't going to be leaking and it would be an awkward situation, period pants are great for that because you can just not worry about it. And I know a lot of you will have questions about these as well because there's so many brands, so many different brands are doing this now. And making like absorbent pants, but I have tried about 3 different brands. I've tried Modi Body, there's another one, I can't remember the name of it, and Thinx. And Thinx were by far the best, by far, like a long way in terms of the actual construction of the underwear, the longevity of the underwear, because I've been using them for over 6 months, maybe even a year. And these are like my favourite things. I'm showing my big granny pants on the internet. This is hilarious. They are enormous, but they're actually still, like, they're not like super unsexy because they have this like sheer mesh on either side. So they're like almost like shapewear actually, and they actually do look quite nice when they're on. They do make smaller ones if you want smaller underwear, but obviously the nature of them, they're made to be absorbent, so you need some kind of, you know, bottom to them for them to be actually like worth making the effort to wear instead of having to change them all the time, if you know what I mean. But these are brilliant if you don't want to use a moon cup, or if you're just getting used to using a moon cup and you're worried about leaking and things like that. They are brilliant and they last really well and they wash really well. Really recommend Thinx. Like, as a brand, they're really cool as well, and they do lots of different designs. And they have a really diverse group of models on it. Like, most of these brands actually are all like that in terms of being very cool, representing women in a very real way, and having a very diverse, or showing a very diverse group of women, both in terms of skin colour, body shape, and everything. So for example, with Estrid, I think one of their ads is about shaving your big toe. That's the perfect example of most of these brands. Like, they're doing good stuff in the space. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope some of you found it useful if you're looking for some easy swaps to make in your bathroom that actually work. Like, I've tried and tested all of these for months and genuinely love all of them. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.